Manchester United have reportedly intensified their interest in Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, as speculation continues to swirl over the Italian's uncertain future in the French capital. The 26-year-old shot-stopper, once considered the heir to Gianluigi Buffon's throne, is said to be weighing up his options with only a year remaining on his current contract at the Parc des Princes. During a pre-season friendly against Fiorentina, one particularly bold supporter took the opportunity to put manager Rubenamorim on the spot, asking him outright about the possibility of United moving for Donnarumma. Amorim, who has so far remained rather guarded on transfer matters, responded with a wry smile and a chuckle, doing little to pour cold water on the speculation. That small gesture alone has only fueled further excitement amongst the Old Trafford faithful. Donnarumma's contract standoff with PSG has been the subject of headlines for weeks. Talks over fresh terms collapsed earlier in the summer, leaving the Italian international in limbo. The Parisians, rather than bending to his demands, opted instead to bring in a potential successor, a decision that has left Donnarumma feeling increasingly unsettled. PSG acted decisively by snapping up Lucas Chevier from Lille. The 22-year-old Frenchman has been widely tipped as one of Europe's most promising young goalkeepers, and the champions of France paid handsomely for his services. The deal was reportedly worth €40 million, with an additional €15 million in performance-related add-ons. Chevier has committed himself to a 5-year contract under Luis Enrique's guidance. For Donnarumma, the arrival of direct competition has come as something of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, he remains firmly PSG's number one and has enjoyed success with the club. On the other, the decision to sign Chevier suggests the hierarchy in Paris may already be planning for a future without him. That underlying uncertainty has naturally caught the eye of clubs across Europe. Amongst the suitors, Manchester United are believed to be seriously considering a move. The Red Devils are one of several Premier League sides monitoring the situation, with Chelsea also rumoured to be keen. United supporters, long known for voicing their opinions loudly and persistently, have increasingly questioned whether a new goalkeeper is needed, particularly given the mixed displays of Andre Onana. Onana arrived from Inter Milan in the summer of 2023, yet his tenure at Old Trafford has been far from straightforward. While capable of brilliance, the Cameroonian has also been guilty of high-profile errors. That inconsistency has placed him under a cloud of scrutiny, prompting some fans to call for a reliable alternative between the sticks. Donnarumma, with his stature and reputation, certainly fits the bill. The Italian is coming off the back of an exceptional campaign in Paris. He played a central role in PSG's treble-winning season, helping the club secure the Ligue 1 title, the Coupe de France, and, most significantly, the UEFA Champions League. For a club often accused of falling short on Europe's grandest stage, last season was a watershed moment, and Donnarumma's contribution was immense. Across 47 appearances in all competitions, the Italian international managed an impressive 17 clean sheets. His saves in critical moments, especially in Europe, underscored his status as one of the finest goalkeepers in the modern game. Yet despite all of this success, his long-term future in Paris remains anything but assured. From PSG's perspective, transparency has been the watchword. Club officials have been clear with Donnarumma about their intentions, particularly regarding the signing of Chevier. They are determined to foster competition for places, ensuring that complacency does not creep into a squad with such lofty ambitions. Donnarumma, however, is reportedly far less enthusiastic about the idea of sharing the stage. The goalkeeper's camp have hinted at dissatisfaction, suggesting that the arrival of a high-profile rival has unsettled him. For a player used to being the undisputed number one since his teenage years at AC Milan, the notion of having to fight for his shirt represents unfamiliar territory. It is perhaps little wonder that murmurs of discontent have grown louder in recent weeks. Manchester United are quietly casting their eyes towards South America, with Brazil once again serving as fertile ground for future talent. According to Globo Esporte, the club recently dispatched their scout Alexandre Torres to the Maracana, where he observed Internacional's young forward Ricardo Matheus in action during a Copa do Brasil tie against Fluminense. Although the 19-year-old did not feature in the starting lineup, he came on as a substitute and left enough of an impression with his movement and physical presence to warrant further consideration. Torres' involvement carries added weight, given he is the son of Brazilian footballing legend Carlos Alberto, and was on official duty for United. Standing at an imposing 1.92 meters, Mathias is the sort of striker who immediately catches the eye. His game is built around a blend of strength and acceleration, attributes that often prove a handful for defenders. While still considered raw in terms of technique and tactical awareness, the teenager is seen by many as possessing the foundations of a top-level centre-forward. In Brazil, prospects such as Mathias are often regarded as long-term projects, players whose rough edges can be polished with the right development environment. It is precisely the sort of profile that United have increasingly sought in recent years, combining potential with the physical tools to adapt to European football. United are far from alone in keeping tabs on the youngster. Dutch side PSV Eindhoven have been monitoring his progress for some time, while another Premier League club has reportedly gone as far as to lodge a formal letter of interest with Internacional. The competition is not limited to Europe, either. 2 Brazilian investment groups have already attempted to secure his rights, although talks eventually collapsed. Such attention reflects Mathias' rising stock since his move from Nova Iguaçu in 2022. In just over a year with Internacional's senior side, he has managed 17 appearances and 3 goals, enough to generate serious interest abroad. The financial side of any deal is likely to be complex. Mathias' market valuation has soared from €1 million to €4 million within the space of a year, and his current contract runs until 2028.